Oh, there it is. Alright, still getting set up. Just a minute. We should be ready soon. Alright. Let's pump up GMs. Down copyright tone class and music. Let's go. It's a shame. I kind of wish that you could still play copyrighted music, but the last time we tried it, the whole stream kind of shut down for a bit. I don't want to risk it. I'll put her on shuffle though. Or no. Just a loop. No need to shuffle. We got audio output? No, we don't. I gotta change my audio source. Shoot. Shootski. Hold on a sec. Alright. That seems like it has worked. There we go. Cool. Alright. We'll get yourself started. Pop off the chat. Put her off to the side there. Yeah. We got 2 concurrent viewers. Welcome, early birds, to the stream. Now I got this. I'll check it. There it is. Alright, let's draw. We got Felix on here today. Just wanted to draw in with some specific headphones, which I did. Fix the orientation. It's weird. If you take it at the wrong... Whenever you take a picture of a flat image like this, like on a piece of paper, there's always a little bit of a distortion once you upload it to digital or to make some changes to it, or do the digital cover over. It's like the warping of the paper. Like this is perfectly straight, but this side doesn't look it. It looks like it's coming forward. The top and the bottom seem okay. And the bottom seems okay, but the top is like that. So that means like the camera is pointed like somewhere like here. Tilted like that. Not only do you have to have it centered within the screen, but you've got to have it perfectly level. And that's just not something you can hope to accomplish reasonably. Especially like a professional. We're going to use a line width of 8 this time around. But I feel like going back to thick is better. I remember back in the day, I had initially thought, oh, people don't like the thick lines too much. But it turns out, I think it's the opposite way. Because it gives for more expression of line weight. Now I'm going to find a picture of Felix in order to use reference for his color scheme. Seems good. Extra help along the way. Let me just double check. Alright, so his torso seems to be white. He's got little orange frills. So pretty much just seems like his ears are orange and they've got little orange frills towards the edges of his fur. It's just beautiful. Alright, now we've got ourselves set up. The only thing is that even with the thicker lines, I don't make too many adjustments to line weight. Because line weight is a very difficult thing to control. And it requires a lot more control over strokes. Or not strokes, like individual motions of your hand. Whereas I sort of do it segmented. And then you know why I like Control Z every other time I draw a line. Because it doesn't fit. Or in this case where I can't make it all the way around, I stop halfway through, pick it up on the line. And redo this segment until it looks where I want it to be. Make some erasures. At least I've got the stabilizer on. The stabilizer helps me in the sense if I don't do a perfect line, or if I don't feel like it's going to be perfect, I can slow down and it won't hamper the quality of it with my shaky hands. So here we can look and see this little segment here has a weird line weight. Doesn't seem to match with the rest. So you gotta go back in, draw a little bit. And it still needs to be sinuous, like you can't see an additional pulse. When you zoom out, it looks like it's a single curve. Then we have here, it's a little bit too thick. It's harder when you're erasing lines down to make it look more sinuous. Adding on lines makes it a little easier. So in some cases, you just have to erase it and then add it back on. That's still a little thick, but I think it's fine for the time being. Chat so far. Change the size of the screen just a bit. I also want to check. We got 4 viewers. Stream health. Okay, the stream bitrate seems to be a little bit of an issue. Alright. Let me just poke this down here. And as long as we're not going red, we don't have to worry so much. Shouldn't be too bad. It's weird. I've been all confused about the different bit rates and stuff like that. YouTube doesn't seem to it doesn't seem to know what it wants. Like, it'll tell me, oh, your bitrate's too low, or it's too high, or, I don't know. How did we jump up to 7? It says 1 here. Where is everybody? Is the chat not coming through? Or are people just here? Wait a minute. Restart the chat, just to make sure. Oh, I can see the participants. What does this say? It's me! What's happening? That's so weird. Well, I'm gonna trust the bigger number. Feel free to chat if you guys are here. Just so you know. We will welcome open dialogue. Of course, it's a live stream. And I'm happy we have people here that are enjoying what I'm doing. Every time we come back to this playlist, too, it's really nice. Even though I would have preferred a larger playlist, you know, or like more diverse selection, which I would get from my regular stream playlist, copyright's not going to be too happy about that. And they're definitely really starting to crack down on copyright. Like, I was playing Clone Hero on my other channel on stream, and then the video straight up cut out the audio, like halfway through. Not even halfway through, like 5 minutes in, and just didn't play anymore. And that kind of really upset me. I said kind of really. That did really upset me, because they don't even bother to tell you, hey, we've shut off your audio because we detect copyright. No, nobody can hear a dang thing. It's the problem with YouTube. They don't communicate well enough when they're doing something. Even then, even if they did, it's not like what they said is going to be of use. Not of use, but like, people don't want to hear, oh, you can't play this game, it's got copyrighted music. But we're just playing a game. Sorry. I know there's different rules and regulations, but really, those sorts of regulations just are a big pain in the butt. I understand why they're bad. I mean, if I was an artist, I wouldn't want people using my stuff without giving me any credit. The credit is the main thing. I'm not making any money on the stuff that I do right now, but if I was, and other people were, like, gaining more attention, like, if they had a higher media sources than me, and they weren't giving any credit to the thing that I was doing, and they could even be making money off it, I'd be like, okay, you need to stop right now. But otherwise, exposure's good. It's a matter of balance of power, essentially. You see that this other organization or group or channel or whatever is drawing power from the things that you're doing, and you're not getting the same respect for the work that you've done, then there's clearly something wrong there, and you feel like you're being taken advantage of. However, if it's distributed evenly, and it feels like after they post that, you get more attention for the work that you're doing, and it evens out. I'm willing to make that, like, fair. If somebody were to post my artwork, and they put a link to my channel, and I saw a riot of viewers, I'd be like, hey, that's pretty cool. I wish you'd ask me next time. But, you know, I'd be willing to work with you. I know some people, though, are not like that, but that's because the people that do take artwork and just post it to their page or whatever are not the kind of people who are looking to spread exposure for other artists. They just want attention for themselves and are using other people's work to do it. For the most part, at least. And that's the general consensus. Such that it's hard to trust people that would do that. I'm gonna check Discord and make sure, if anybody's watching, that they are checked. Because it feels weird to me that nobody said anything. No, oh. Where did 7 come from? It said 4 was the peak. And then it drops down to 1 and 0. Improper statistics, YouTube. Get your stuff together. I got Felix the draw. Uh-oh. Sickness glitch. Sharp tooths. See, I think about Tom Cruikshank's work from time to time again, and wonder, what kind of things did he do? Because, like, I mean, it's very cool that he made music, and he made it for media. But at the same time, who picked up his work? Was it, like, specifically commissioned? Or did he make it just like, you know what, I feel like the television stations can use this? 1990s, okay. Maybe, I don't know, probably not older than that. Not too much, at least. But it gives that sort of old vibe. I appreciate it. He made it free to use. At least it seems. I'm not going to say it's not copyright because it is, but it doesn't have royalties to it. At the very least, he's not going to take down the video for you. My stream, rather. Unless, for whatever freaking reason, people can't hear me right now. You know what? I will consult my Discord. Ask if anybody's watching. So if anybody is watching my stream, if the audio Oh, hello, Spiketron. Welcome to the stream. Sorry about that for a second. I was just checking over Discord. Can you hear me? Because I wasn't so sure if my audio was coming through. You know, copyright. If I don't see a response relatively soon, I'm gonna send text message. Yeah. Or not text message, a message in the chat. Cool. I see you've got Patrick Nutstar as your profile picture. It's been forever since I've seen that episode, but that's a cool one. We funkin' out. Little dude. This one's good. Oh! I did not. Why did that? I've never seen you. I guess that means, yeah, I've never seen your YouTube channel. Or that you had. But I will keep that in mind for the future. Anyways, well. God, my line work is so crap. Like, look at this. I mean, I know it was just a sketch, and I told myself I'm gonna fix it digital, and I will. But this is crap. Like, I feel like my line work itself is getting worse and worse through the sketching as time goes on. Also, what is this with my stuttery pen? The refresh rate is bouncing up and down. I can't even see where the open shape is supposed to be. That's okay. But yes, my goal is to be done with this in a relatively quick amount of time. Because if I can get this done pretty quickly, then I can consider what commissions are going to be like. This is one I did for free. It's simply because Felix has hardly ever asked for artwork from me, and it was a simple amount of thing, you know. And I'm still not in the commission game too much. I think maybe what I could do, I could set myself up something on my website. Make it like a universal platform. Yeah, I've got my... The only thing is I would most definitely be combining my real identity with my pseudonym identity of Annie on here. But at the very least, yeah, it's about money. It's the thing, or at least having a job. So if I have myself with an individual website that I can market my skills to, for one thing, it'll be definitive that I own Annie and all of my character creations. And I can tie copyright to it, probably. To who a person is. Like, I mean, I probably could have proof on this channel too for the fact that people have seen my face, but if I have a link to my website, people will know it's there. And they'll know if they want to work with me, they don't just have to like commission me for a drawing or something like that. I can make other things. I can write them a story. I can make them music. Things like that. Or if they need web design help. Do not. Yeah. Let's see. I forgot. I was gonna change the canvas size. Yeah. Or wait a minute. Here's what I'll do. Select both. Command T. Can you read me a bedtime story? That would be kind of funny, actually. Like, I have written bedtime stories in the past, but at the very least, stories that would be read for, like, kids if they're going to sleep or something like that. There doesn't have to be a kid, you know, could just be in general. But that's something I've definitely enjoyed, and I could pick from a few that I've already written, or I could write a new one. But yeah, I have a couple stories like that. Although it's not time for bed now, is it? I mean, if you want one now, I can pull up the one story that I have about Malu and his... Is that what his name is? I think it's Malu, yeah. Oh, now that I've increased the line size, I gotta... Now that I've resized the whole thing, I gotta increase the line. Well, maybe later. If I'm still streaming. I probably won't be, because I've got other work I gotta do for school. But over Discord, I'll be fine. In the fluff pot. Yes. Hello, Icy Fox. Hello, Aspen Fox. Welcome to the stream. We're currently all foxes here. That's pretty cool. Also, the headphones, which I have noticed. Ooh, that looks good. Nice bluish fur. I'll do it on both sides. So there's two vastly different sides. See, that's the interesting thing about fur. You have to keep the size of the strands consistent, because it will look very different if you clump it differently on both areas. Well, I mean, you're still a fox, even if you look like Patrick Star right now. Needs Felix. Then we'll be quad fox. Ah, I just realized we have a lot of foxes. Spikatron. I wonder. Hey, Moonlight, welcome to the stream. We're having a party now. Moonlight, did you know that Miller Mango had this as his account? Because I had no idea. It's an interesting thing. Because it probably gives you a different form of flexibility when you have different accounts on different things. Like if you're known universally all over your platform, sure, people can connect to you. But like if you have a bunch of different accounts that you use, you know, and then you just appear at different times. Like if you have a different YouTube name and a different Discord name. Spikatron is Lamango. I had not known that was it. You know that Lamango was Patrick Star? Or Patrick not Star? It's funny because it's not Star, even though he is a star. They're all stars. They're starfish. yeah, so this has got like a wire mesh plate. Ooh. Could use a certain texture brush for that. Maybe denim. I would be surprised if that works. It's not too far out there. You know what? I think on my Amino account, I was originally going to go back and post all my memorable artwork, but I think I might as well just start new. Just be like, hey folks, this is my newest piece of artwork. If you like it, commission me. Commission info's here. You know. I might also change my prices around a little bit. Because a headshot and a bust are pretty much the same thing, and I don't necessarily feel right charging different amounts for it. Alright, see you in a bit, Mooney. Oh. Oh, that's why. So you have two different accounts, or did you change the other one to make it look like that? Okay. Nothing of much. Would you like to join the Snuggle Pile, Mr. Mooney? We started it in the Discord server, but I think it's apt to bring it over to here. I am on the floor, on the carpet. Now I remember. The snuggle pile. Like, we're just all on the carpet, just snuggling. For warmth. I don't know. You know, like when you go to conventions or whatever. I'm gonna heat up the floor. That's nice. But like if you go to like a convention and we'll have like a bunch of fursuiters laying in a pile together. We call that a fur pile. I realized, too, that probably one of the main reasons I wanted to do a Discord server is cause with streams, the latency makes it difficult to talk with people. And I had put it on ultra low latency before, but then it was creating some issues with the stream, like, shutting down for a sec. Remember, don't get that Michael was mad, that's my cousin. You're so silly, Moon. I've also considered, for music-wise, I was going to put my latest album on SoundCloud, not SoundClouds, yeah, it is SoundCloud, because May had suggested it, and I was going to after I remastered it, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm left my ukulele at home, and I think they sound good enough as it is. But it might be interesting to build a bit of a following there. If I can, at least. You gotta figure out what the benefit of SoundCloud is over other shared platforms. I know YouTube kind of stinks for it because they make you watch ads and all stuff like that. SoundCloud you can play in the background. Screw Spotify. Oh yeah, what was I talking about before? Of making myself marketable both in the sphere of YouTube, like my persona here, and then my actual self, you know, where I market like design skills, like, hey, you want some web design done? I can do that for you. Or I could market, oh, you want a commission? Or maybe I can make some music or write you something, you know? Anything you need me for. Be the general handyman. People want to contact me. Only problem is I'd be putting a lot of information out there for both online communities and the inverse. Employers would see my YouTube channel and all that I've done there. And now, I'd say that everything I've got on here thus far is perfectly okay to share. If it hasn't been, then I've unlisted it. Like the stuff looks like more gory and all. But still. I am drawing feelings. Also, you wanted just a little bust shot with those specific headphones. Yo, Fox. Hello, Zero. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. There's half of the British. Now we just need Felix in here. This is the one I'm drawing. I'm glad you guys say that, honestly, because as I was growing up and learning how to draw at the first, I was a bit unsure of my style. you know. Honestly speaking, there were a lot of times where I would look at other people's artwork and not necessarily try to mimic it, but I would reference it a good deal in learning how to do things. So I had thought, maybe in the way that I was creating it, that it would look a lot like how other people do it. But not entirely. Also, I make little changes from here and there. Like in this drawing, I had done something a little different. Like, people noted the fact that I always do the sleepy eyes, where I got a little bit of eye, like the eyebrows, not eyebrows, the eyelids are down just a little bit. But I decided not to do it this time. For one reason. I realized that there's a relationship between the eyelids coming down and then the pupil size. I didn't like it before when somebody had their eyes way wide open because I thought it looked like they were staring intently. But you can mitigate that by giving them huge freaking pupils, which is kind of funny. But at the same time, this is how I used to do it, like in really old art. And it looks a lot more friendly this way. We're not friendly per se, but hey. But it looks a little softer. It has that sort of happiness expression without feeling a bit of tiredness. By the way, Zero, you still hold the record for the most amount of commissioned artwork you've got from me. And I thank you immensely for that, by the way. You know, it's really nice to know that at least somebody likes my artwork and is willing to pay for it. And maybe it gives me the confidence to try and reach out further. It's an element of marketability that I need to grasp. If I have a specific thing I can make for people, or a way to put my message out there without being annoying or anything like that, you know. Maybe that's what I could do with design. If I make a whole web page on my website that is dedicated to commissions and such like that. And then I could really make the design look super cool in the sense of showing the capabilities of my artwork, past work altogether. You know, when they got like a little booklet and it shows, or not like a booklet, but they've got like a couple panels that shows their art style, and then gives all the info. I've seen it before. Don't exactly know how to describe it, but that might be something interesting. Instead of just saying that I do have commissions and then looking at my art to reference, I give a nice piece of media that people can use. Or maybe even I could make a commission video that's animated. That might be fun. Not even just fun, but helpful. Ooh. I've still got the background to think about. And personally, with Felix, I think it's nice to have like an orangey background. I remember I did that for his Christmas drawing, and it looked really nice. Especially orange when it comes to flavors of things like ice cream or like juice, soda, my favorite. You can get a nice connotation with it in colors. So it's just nice, bright, and vibrant, and happy. That's why I like autumn so much. And foxes. Alright, so that's 2 times to this playlist. I'm gonna find some more music. Let's see. If I do my own music, I'll do just by playlist. Go to Ergonomic Tonic. There you go. You know, even if my old music, I can say, it wasn't as technically good as some of my newer stuff, I think there's still merit to it in the passion I had felt for music making back then. It's still here, you know? And it's fun to listen to newer songs, especially with guitar and all that. I'm taking new reaches there. But even back in the day, it's got like a playful sense to it. It's like, hey mom, look what I made, you know? Where it reminds me of when I was younger, when I was first starting out, because these are like several years old by now. There's only one of my older songs that really bugs me, and it's a shame because that's my mom's favorite song that I've made, even though I really don't like how it happened. That was back when I was in the choir phase, and I had a thing with key signatures, but key changes in the middle of songs, even though looking back on it is one of the dumbest things I've done with music, because it's so abrupt and stops everything, and it reverts it into a whole another direction. However, that does sort of continue on, because I have like the repitched music playlist, where I take songs and change the pitch of them, and I feel like it sounds better when I change it sometimes. So it cuts out the fact of having to change the pitch in the middle of the song, you know. And it gives you the chance to listen to it externally. And I know that doesn't get much attention, but that's fine. It's for personal stuff, for the most part. It's just out there if anybody wants to listen to it. Alright, now we just need to do the eyes, which I saved for last, unintentionally, but I am kind of glad I did. Let's actually revert this and just add some more fur difference. The eyebrows are interesting too in this one, because usually I have it so they flatline up toward the top, but they curve back down here, which is another thing that I didn't feel comfortable doing with both the sleepy eyes or with eyes wide open, you know, because it feels a little more like staring, but with larger pupils, then it doesn't feel as much. And also, he's got heterochromia in his character, so I think I may need to draw irises to go with it, or I could do what some other people do and instead make the pupils different colors. Because personally, I don't like adding irises to my artwork, or to the eyes of my characters. What's up? Hey May! Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. I'm currently drawing Felix, because he wanted a simple headshot or bust shot with a specific pair of headphones, in which I have added on. And I'm making some little changes to experiment. If you know how I always do like these sleepy eyes with drawings, I decided to forego that this time And I realized it's not as bad if you make the pupils really big, because it doesn't look like they're staring as much, but it just makes them look happy. I've got a cake in the oven, so like 5 minutes. I gotta go like 5 minutes. Thank you. And that sounds really cool. I like cake. Hope it turns out nice. I'd forgotten that you knew how to bake. Yay! Mooncake. I thought, mooncake sounds familiar, but I have no idea what it is. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if it's similar to the fact that the moon's made out of cheese. We'd have to experiment it. But it's definitely a lot easier when they've got large pupils. Because it's almost like if you have small pupils, then it's kind of like staring intently, you know? Like, when pupils constrict, that's like a sign of surprise. Whereas when they're larger, it's almost like a cat, you know? Like when a cat is really happy, or they're like want to play with a toy. I mean, they also use it because they want to pounce, but they're not huge here. They're just larger than usual. But the sleepy eyes works really well with smaller pupils. And I'm guessing that makes sense because when you're tired, you don't, like, it seems a tiny part of the pupil is covered by the upper lid, makes it look a little. Yeah. Oh yeah, so it's not necessarily the fact that they're bigger, but the fact that part of it's covered. That's a good way of putting it. Oh wait, I'm gonna save this because he's got heterochromia, and I will color check. Let me flip check, because I checked this in the mirror with the physical sketch, but I'm curious about the digital. Looks pretty good. This is how I can tell I'm getting better too, because I mirror check it, and while it does look a little funky seeing it for the first time, it looks a lot better. Oh, I'm surprised, because I had put it on, I didn't put it on ultra low latency, I only put it on low latency, but that is very good, yeah. And it's because we haven't had any major stoppages in the stream so far. Mostly just been lower than average bitrate. I guess this is because I'm at college again. Yeah. But yeah, it is definitely very nice when we get to talk like at a consistent pace. Good thickness. Oh, that reminds me. Something about the Discord server is really interesting. A lot of people that we used to know from the server that had left a while ago are starting to come back. Like A3 Flying Gamer appeared yesterday. And Aspen came back to the server, as well as Chris. A bunch of people who had left before. And I thought it was really interesting that everybody was starting to come back. And then Stormy said something funny. It was like $1,000 that Nay is still not going to return. And then I was like, I'm going to send her an email so I can win the bet. And, you know, it's just a joke for the most part, but it would be very interesting. know you've had your reasons for leaving Discord anyways, so I won't go into that. But people do still remember you around there, from the good old days. Too much power, there's no such thing. And it was funny too, because I said I would pay. Well, not necessarily, because I said, well, we would pay each other in artwork, you know, and that could be interpretive. Like, I was gonna say, if you wanted to do a $1,000 art piece, that would just be the goofiest picture of Annie that you can come up with. Like, I don't know. Some sort of really funny thing I'd have to think of. And I'd say it's worth $1,000. Or like the most overly detailed, like JoJo anime version of him. You could buy like $1,000 with that. You're right, Moon. Yes, you can. You know what? I might consider that actually. $1,000 is a good investment if you're getting $1,000 out. You'd be less active than a rock, so I'm not sure if there'd be any point. Well, you definitely win the bet. I mean, it was more of a joke anyways, but you know. But that's fine. Activity isn't really a big issue with the server anyways. We've got people that are still hanging around even. And we've changed protocols as well, that if people are inactive, we're not removing them anymore. They just sort of sit there. Even if they do get the role of mostly inactive. Activity isn't the most important thing there anymore. It's just in terms of upholding the rules. And those rules, too, we've changed to be a lot more lenient. Or at least in the sense of you don't have to read pages and pages of stuff. It's just that use common sense, be kind to people, and we'll take action if we need to. So the server's been doing pretty well in that aspect. Hello, Anna. Alright. See, I was just a bit suspicious of that. Alright. We'll see you. We'll see how that cake turns out. See, the thing is, Moon, I've heard at times, sometimes, well, it was incoherent and it looked like it might have been a link or something. And I was a bit suspicious of that. There's something I heard too with Twitch that if two specific people follow your channel, they could like completely delete it. Something like that. And just knowing that something like that could exist, you know, with YouTube without knowing. That was a wrong. And I just deleted the message anyway. Makes me think of like when you're looking through the comments and you see like a bunch of suspicious links and profiles and stuff like that. was alright. Wait a minute. Is it just me or does it look like his head is screwed on a little bit wrong? Hey Lamango, welcome back. Or like off to this side a little. Oh, that might just be me. Because the head does overhang. Alright. Oh, I'm apparently in charge for dinner tonight. Okay. Well, looks like I gotta figure out something to do. His hamburger was, yes, glorious. Oh, almost forgot a little detail. See, I had known if my roommate had made dinner. Because I thought it was just Ian who made dinner. Aw. That must have been a very interesting experience of getting beat at. Hopefully it did not hurt your feelings. What am I doing? Well, it looks like the stream can't go on for super long, and probably won't have to, because I'm nearly complete with this. I'm not gonna bother shading it too much, I don't think. If at all. Like, I've got the eyes, sure. And that should be enough for now. This is free after all. And then I'll go to the store and buy some ingredients and make sloppy joes. Any of y'all ever have sloppy joes? They are very good if you have not. Maybe I'll have to make you some someday, Mr. Moon. It's pretty simple. It's basically ground beef with a sort of tomato sauce, and then you put it between two seed hamburger buns. You could probably buy a little packet of seasoning at the store. Extra limbs? How would you get the extra limbs? I don't understand. Oh. Radiation. Yeah, microwave radiation isn't going to do that. Like, even if it is radiation, it passing through you is not going to affect anything. Radio waves do that all the time. It's ultraviolet rays that are issues. Or microwaves. Microwaves are a little bit up there, but radiation. ultraviolet is a little dangerous if exposed for a long time. But then for microwaves, it's like X-rays are worse than that. That's why they have the lead vest to protect your organs. But microwaves are pretty simple. They pass radiation through the food, but it doesn't actually harm you because it's not that radioactive things are on there. It's just radiation is passing through it. I know my facts about microwaves. $13 million. Yeah, I could die from. Well, you could die from eating that much of anything. If anything, I would say the issues with the amount of potassium, calcium that you're eating. I have issues with that. Strong mango bones. Now I'm picturing a literal mango with like big buff arms. I don't exactly know if that's going to look okay, but it's good enough for now. Let me take the denim texture. Where is it? Oh, there it is. They have HD 6XX mass drop. That's what it's listed on there. When it comes to drawing things that are not the character themselves, I usually don't pay that much attention to it. It's like small little details. Because I don't usually enjoy drawing that aspect as much. But make it look good enough to fit the drawing itself. Pop, 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 pop. You got a grey sniffer. He's got a pinky stone. You know what? I'm gonna make his, because that's kind of up. We're gonna change this a little bit. Just a pin. I keep getting botted, aren't I? See, that's the other thing I worry about. If I make myself public, this sort of stuff is going to be more common. And it could potentially hinder, like, real-world performance things. If people are going to spam things on my YouTube channel that have a risk of hurting that, that's not as bad as, like, infiltrating my workplace or something like that. And I need to be more careful about how my information is spread. That's much better. Thank you, Moody. What color is it in? Uh-oh. Wrong layer. Couple wrong layers, probably. But I think that's good enough for the time being. Let's get another playlist. Oh. No. No, 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 no. Where's the pixel space? There it is. One second. Check that out later. Essentially, I was just looking to see if I can get more information about those strangers that had appeared before, but I haven't found anything. Now to give him some orange. That looks interesting. Lines. possibly use that later. Not for this. I like the black. That's fine. On the hair of the one. This looks nice. Oh, I realized my laundry's almost done. I'm gonna have to leave the stream for laundry anyway. Once I be nearly done. Now. Where's my edge? There it is. Blue and white. Classic. Alright. That's pretty nice. Oh, forgot to say that. Alright. Now I'll send. I think I'm going to close up the stream here then, because I got to go get prepared for dinner, and I'm going to send it to him. So thank you guys for coming. Hope you had fun, and I'll see y'all around.